United Nations sanctions are actions taken by the Security Council to maintain or restore international peace and security.
Today's resolution demands an immediate end to violence and repression, full respect for human rights and international law, and accountability for those responsible for the violence. It gives practical effect to those demands through travel bans, asset freezes, an arms embargo, and immediate referral to the International Criminal Court.
Maduro is not just a bad leader, he is now a dictator. The United States stands with the people of Venezuela in the face of this oppression. We will work with our partners to hold accountable all those responsible for the escalating violence and ongoing human rights violations.
We have just heard a fairly stunning report from Chairman Akayas, which by all indications shows that Iraq has cheated and lied in terms of its dealings with the United Nations and the international community. And given this record of double dealing, I have to say that I would be very surprised if they had given up their desire to have weapons of mass destruction or their habit of lying and cheating to the international community. We have just had this very sobering report, and the details of it are quite stunning.
These sanctions are a form of economic warfare, and they mainly target the civilian population. And that's why they have an impact that's similar to actual wars. And a lot of people know this. Representative Jim McGovern, who was the chair of the House Rules Committee when the Democrats had the House, he wrote a letter to President Biden, and he asked him to get rid of these sanctions on Venezuela. And he said that the sanctions that they had were indiscriminate, and he said purposely so. So he explained how it was, as he said, the Venezuelan officials were not the ones who were suffering, but the people, and that was actually, he explained how that was the purpose of the sanctions.
The United States has determined that the Rapid Support Forces led by General Hemeti has committed genocide and continued acts of ethnic cleansing and crimes against humanity. This is a serious legal determination of the United States that coincided with the sanctioning of General Hemeti. We have seen the RSF make no efforts to curb the horrific atrocities against the Sudanese people, including the targeting of women and children, rape based on ethnicity, as well as the kind of horrific ethnic cleansing of the Monsalit that was seen in El Janina a year ago. The genocide determination is not reversible. Once the U.S. government has determined that the Rapid Support Forces committed genocide as well as ethnic cleansing and crimes against humanity, that is something that I think delegitimizes permanently the leadership and the institution involved. I think this is something we've already seen in countries around the world, understanding that the Sudanese people do not want to see the RSF in positions of government or power and want to see accountability for these horrific acts. The Sudanese people have already told us what they want. In 2019, with the revolution that inspired the world, they began the path to civilian governance and to an inclusive democratic future. And the solution to this war is to restore that. And we have to remember that the two sides now fighting each other, the army and the RSF, actually joined forces to prevent that civilian transition. If those two sides can put down the guns and restore that path, Sudan has a very bright, prosperous and democratic future. I think the challenge we have as an envoy now and perhaps for the next team is how do you give voice to that shared position of the Sudanese people, an incredibly diverse and vibrant population? How do we ensure that their voice is not just in the room but has a seat at the table and defines that future? I think if we can allow more Sudanese voices, particularly the voices of Sudanese women, to tell us the path forward, we will get on a path to peace very soon.
Food supplies for our core food assistance program within Gaza are fully depleted. Since the 2nd of March, no humanitarian or commercial goods have entered. The 25 bakeries we used to support across Gaza Strip, serving 800,000 people, are no longer operational. And food parcels, so core to our program, intended to reach half of the population in Gaza, have been fully distributed. Our remaining stocks were directed to Hot Meal Kitchen, which are continuing to serve people in need. But these too are expected to run out by the end of the month. Sadly, this covers only 25% of the overall people food needs.
Obviously, we don't want the trucks coming through, supplying aid to the Gazans, which then go to Hamas.
Until we finish this war, there is no need whatsoever for us to give them any kind of aid.
Civilians are not simply spontaneous protesters, but that they're aided and facilitated by the Israeli armed forces. And unfortunately, the IDF is making sure that it's not itself impeding the delivery of aid, but it's using the civilians as a guide to do so.
כמו שצריך. הנה, קמח, הכל טוב. אלפים. هاي النصر السلام رمل يا شباب رمل السلام رمل كلهم عشان يخش الجنة كلهم كل واحد وسع في الجنة حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل
і досвід, і не хочете дивитись на нерішучість політиків, ви можете вже прибути до нашої держави і разом з нами захищати Європу. Де це зараз? Дуже.
Hey, my name's Nasty. I'm an American volunteer in Kharkiv Brigade, 13th Brigade of the National Guard of Ukraine.
My fucking leg. I'm hit! I'm hit! Oh!
Tasks that we can do to show our support. I mean, just we have to end this. I mean, you look around Avdiivka and you see what's happening. You see the destroyed buildings. You see these are people's homes. We have to make sure that all the goals laid out are fulfilled, and we just have to stop this. And we have to do everything